Good morning, starting off a new vlog because I am so excited for the next couple of days. I have a couple of fun things planned and all good things. First and foremost, if you saw one of my last videos, I did a full house declutter, and one of the parts that we focused on was our backyard and honestly the porch, kind of all of our outdoor spaces. And so I'm really looking forward to planting some new flowers for the fall season. Also wanted to look for some pumpkins, although it might be a little bit too early because it's still just the beginning of September. But I have been looking at the houses around us, checking if anyone else has done that yet, and I have not seen anyone else jump the gun and go there, but I'm ready. I'm really excited. I also have heard that Trader Joe's has their fall stuff, so thought we could stop by there, see what they have, grab some pumpkin things, and have a couple of recipes that I want to try. Headed out to run our errands. I just checked the weather. It is 67 degrees outside. It feels so good. First stop is Lowe's. I'm hoping that they have some of their kind of more fall flowers out, and then I'm thinking that after that we'll head to Trader Joe's. I kind of also want to find a new doormat. Our doormat is just kind of rugged in general, so I might see if I can find something for fall or just a new one in general. I might stop somewhere and grab that.
I'm gonna put them in. I appreciate it though.
No, no worries. Yeah, whenever you finish, I'll get them.
Okay, thank you. This is probably the happiest trunk situation I could have.
Found some good stuff at Lowe's, but I had to say there really weren't too many people while I was in there, and I had so many employees that were so friendly and nice, but they kept coming up and asking if I needed help. Probably 5 different employees. One was sharing all about this giveaway they were doing. It was really kind having so much help, but I am someone, when I'm especially picking out flowers or plants, I really am trying to focus and figure out and not buy plants that need sun when I'm planting them in a shady spot, and vice versa. But everyone was so friendly. Really nice having so much help, but I feel like I had trouble focusing. So I hope that I got everything that I wanted and the right thing. We'll see when we get home. I'm so used to going out with my son. I'm by myself this morning, and sometimes when I'm alone, I just feel so like naked and awkward because I'm so used to interacting with him in public. I don't know, he's kind of my security blanket. Trader Joe's was such a success. They had so many fun new fall things, so I'll share when I get home. I didn't get anything crazy. I didn't get too much stuff. And they had pumpkins. I was a little bit worried when I first walked up because I didn't see any, and they usually have this giant display of just beautiful fantasy pumpkins that are gorgeous. I didn't see any, but I walked inside and they had a little bit of a selection, but I did grab some. So I'll share everything that I got. I just can't get over how nice it is outside today. It makes such a big difference. I know I keep talking about this, but living in a place that's usually really hot, being able to spend time outside, you can just tell everyone's in a better mood. The sun is shining, but it's not too hot. Back home, and I wanted to share everything we picked up from Trader Joe's. Again, not too many things. I could have gone crazier. First up, although I tend to make pumpkin bread from scratch, I did get the pumpkin bread mix. I have made this so many times. It is so good. Also picked up this fall pasta. I'm gonna make a turkey pasta dish. I made this so many times. It's not anything new, but I thought it would be fun to make it with these cute little pumpkin pasta noodles. So adorable. Like I mentioned, I did grab some pumpkins. I'll share those. Those are out on the porch, but got a couple of small ones. This I think is what I'm most excited for. I've never seen this. It's the pumpkin spice flavored cold brew coffee concentrate, because the thing is, I love pumpkin coffee drinks, but a lot of times they're so sweet, especially when you buy them in these kind of pre-made formats. But this one just says that it has cinnamon, ginger, clove, nutmeg, and orange peel. This would be nice to mix with milk. It's a concentrate, so it's a little bit stronger. You kind of have to mix it with something, but we're definitely gonna try that probably tomorrow morning. Another thing I was really excited about, I've never seen this before. It's a double fold alcohol-free bourbon vanilla flavoring with vanilla bean seeds. I just thought that this would be so nice to bake with. Looks really good. I don't know if that's new, but I've definitely never seen that before. Never tried this as well. This is the Honey Crisp Apple Granola. I have not been making a lot of yogurt bowls lately because I kind of got bored of them. So I thought that this might kind of jazz them up again. We got some pumpkin spice herbal blend tea. I'm not a huge tea person, but every now and then at night, it's kind of the vibe. And then lastly, pretty much every time I go to the grocery store now, I just grab a couple of pumpkins, and I like the Trader Joe's one because it's organic pumpkin. That was everything at Trader Joe's, although they had so much more than that. But let's share the things that I got, the things on the porch. Okay, here's our haul. This situation makes me so happy. We have so many different plants here. I will run through them really quickly. These guys right here did so well last year. I remember them lasting the whole season into the winter time too. So I got a few of these to put in the front and the back. These pumpkins right here are actually carvable pumpkins, and I have seen a couple of my friends actually do this before where they cut them and then they use them as planters. So I'm gonna do that tonight, cut these, and then I think tomorrow morning I'll end up planting everything. Cute fantasy pumpkins from Trader Joe's. And then of course we got some mums. I am really hopeful this year that I'll be able to keep them alive better because we don't have any travels until Christmas planned. We have one quick weekend trip, but besides that, there's really not a lot. And then some other just kind of muted tones there, and then some more really pretty mums right there. And then at the craft store, I didn't find a doormat, but I kind of liked the look of the hay bale, so I picked up one of those. Thought it was cute, looks very natural. I also wanted to share about this couch. I have kind of talked about this in a couple of vlogs. We got a new sectional. This is from Sixpenny, and it is such a gorgeous sectional. It's so nice. I'm actually getting to work with them over on, I'm sure I'll share about them on Instagram, but it's not even really on Instagram. I'm creating some content for them, not even necessarily to post on my own platforms on YouTube, Instagram, but just for them to have, which is exciting. I haven't done a ton of projects like that before, but I love this couch. It is so comfy. I loved our old sectional. It served us very well. We had it for 4 years, ever since we got married. I think right before we got married. And I will say I loved having a white couch. It was so just like aesthetically pleasing. It really went with everything, but just not practical with having a dog and now soon to be toddler. I just knew that I wanted something that wouldn't get dirty quite as easily. This sectional is more of, I would say, a gray, kind of a light taupe gray, a lot more neutral. So that aspect has been different to get used to because I don't know, I've always had a white couch, and so it just feels different. The old one always looked so great in photos and videos, but when you looked up close, it was just very well loved, very dirty. We really cleaned it a lot, but it just had a lot of wear and tear, and it also was so used. The cushions were just, we spent so much time on that couch, especially postpartum. I lived on that couch for 3 months, and so it just feels good to have something so much more supportive. You know you're becoming an adult when you start thinking about your joints, and I can just say when I'm laying on this, it's just a lot more supportive. Our old one was also hard for people to get off of it, especially kind of older people who would visit, and so this just feels a lot more practical and just beautiful. I love this couch. Definitely a kind of dream piece to have in our home, and I'm really thankful for it, but I wanted to share that because I don't think I've talked about it yet. I did want to ask you if you have any ideas for what kind of pillows I should put on here. I really like the pillows that we have on here. I'd be nice to not have to buy new ones, but I do want it to look nice, especially for creating things for them to use. So let me know what color you would go with. Would you do a pattern? Our rug is pretty simple down there. I am all ears if you have any ideas of what would look good. I'm obviously not too into things being super matchy because we have just a bunch of color everywhere, and that's how I like it right now. While Connor's napping, I'm gonna make dinner. This is what I've been doing lately. I'll just make dinner and then I'll throw it in the fridge. This is nice because it's a turkey pasta bake, so I can make it and then just put it in the pan, and then I can just bake it once we're ready to eat. I have made this so many times. It's so easy, especially if you just use a store-bought pasta sauce. It's also incredibly easy. Connor really likes this one. Aiden really likes this one. I really like this one. Checks off all my boxes. I need to find a bigger skillet. My little always pan is just not cutting it for these bigger recipes. Out of the shower, about to make myself a cup of hot tea. I'm gonna use the tea that we got today because I am tired. It was such a good day though. Last night I just didn't really sleep well. I don't know why. It was by my own doing, not by anyone else's, but just tossed and turned a lot. We are watching The Perfect Couple right now. I never read the book or anything, so I don't really have any frame of reference, but we're pretty hooked. It's pretty good. I feel like it has a pretty stacked cast, and it's rare that Aiden and I find something that we're both kind of equally hooked on, so it's nice having a show. There's nothing better than knowing that you have a show to watch tonight. You have a fresh episode. Before I had kids, I always wondered why, not like I wondered why parents were so tired at night, but I heard parents talk about how they like really cherish those hours at the end of the night, but I cannot express how just tired I am. It's a different kind of tired. It's a very fulfilled tired of I am physically and mentally exhausted and ready for rest. I've never appreciated rest so much until becoming a mom, especially lately because Connor's been wanting to go down at 7. I try to kind of keep him up later, but he is just a baby who likes to go to bed at 7 o'clock every night. He wakes up pretty early, so I think that's part of it. Usually between 6 and 6:30 he's ready to start the day, if not earlier than that some mornings. And I just think that naturally as a mom you kind of adapt the same sleep schedule as your child, so we're kind of in sync. I'm pretty tired when he's tired now. Update you that the coffee is so good. I just tried it with just whole milk and it's so delicious. The perfect amount of kind of pumpkin spices. Today is one of those days where I have no obligations, no plans, only vibes. Kind of a lot of my days. I want to plant our flowers this morning. That's definitely the main goal. I did realize I forgot to get more soil though, so I think I'm gonna go with Connor sometime in the morning. It's nice, the garden center and everything opens up super early. And today's actually 10 months old, which is so sweet. I can't believe it. And so I also would like to develop some photos. I have a baby book that I try to do every single month. It keeps me accountable doing it right when he turns 10 months. So we'll develop photos. I'm actually going to Florida this weekend. I'm going to a baby shower this weekend, and so I want to grab a couple of things for that. I've already gotten a gift off the registry. I really appreciated at my shower, people got me things for the baby, but also kind of thought of just small things for me too. And so I've been trying to think about things that I really enjoyed having postpartum to give. Through that, I really want to make some apple crisp too. I'm definitely in apple season. I wish that we could pick apples here. That was one of my favorite things doing in New York City, going upstate, eating warm donuts, just the absolute best. But we're gonna make the most of it and use some delicious Honeycrisp apples that we have from Whole Foods. And soil, it is now time to plant our flowers. I think I'm gonna do the ones on the front porch first and then move to the back porch. I did want to share that I ended up cutting the pumpkins. It was really easy. These are what we're working with. They aren't perfect, but I think that kind of makes them more realistic. I also tried to drill some holes in the bottom so we'd have drainage. Not too sure how they're gonna hold up over the long term, but I can always move the plants into proper planters if I need to. But in the meantime, I think that these are super cute. Try to place the flowers in the pots that I want, although I need to check outside what it's looking like. Those pots back there, because I want to save some for there. But I think for now, this should be good for us. Potted all my plants. I love the pumpkins. I think that they're so cute. The thing about the mums, I really want to have these on the porch, but we don't get a ton of sunlight on our front porch, so I'm going to keep the porch pretty minimal, probably put most of the pumpkins up here since it is a bit more shady. Also planted these guys right here as well, but I'm thinking that most of the mums are going to go in the backyard because we get quite a bit of sun back there. But for now, I'm going to place everything on the porch where I think it looks cute, place the pumpkins, see what we're working with. Finish the steps out here. It's not my favorite because we have some gaps. I actually ran out of flowers. I thought I maybe got too many, but this is where a lot of the sun generally comes back here, and so I wanted to put most of the mums back here. There are some little spots I kind of want to fill in, so I might eventually add some more pumpkins. Maybe while we're out today we can see if we can grab a couple more, but for now I do think that they look cute. And again, I just can't get over how cute the little pumpkin planters are. They're just adorable. We are about to go run a quick errand. We're gonna go develop some photos. I just took Connor's monthly photos that I take for each month, and it's getting tougher and tougher every time because he just wants to crawl and move around. So we got some cute ones. I'm just gonna run a CVS and develop them there. That's what I've been doing. But it feels so good having those flowers outside. I just checked the weather and it does look like it's about to get pretty warm. So hopefully we can keep them alive. Another thing that always makes me so excited is the fact that our backyard is pretty muddy. We don't have a ton of grass, but for some reason, I remember this last year when I was freshly postpartum, we just had all of this beautiful grass come up, and I think it's because that's when the light really starts to filter through the trees more back there. I'm hoping that we have that again because it was so pretty and just obviously so much more fun. I'm thinking about if Connor's walking by then, to just be able to run around in the backyard in the grass just sounds really nice, but running around in the dirt also sounds like fun. Back home, got our photos developed, and then I also did run by Target. I just grabbed some things for my friend. We got a nice array of photos to use. I will share my little baby book. I've shared it so many times, but I'll share it here in a second. I was also saying that I'm kind of in the mood to make some apple crisp, so I think we'll do that too. Second thought, I think I'm gonna bake my apple crisp and then just chill on the couch because today hasn't necessarily been a hard day. It's just a day where I need to recharge my battery. I just don't have the energy, and something that I'm constantly working on. I shared this over on Instagram. I was posting about how when I'm productive while my son naps, I always regret not resting, but when I rest, I regret not being productive. And someone messaged me and they're like, hey, but resting is productive. The apple crisp isn't gonna take very long. It's pretty simple. I'll leave the recipe down below. I've never done this recipe before. It's just kind of a classic one. I typically do a healthier recipe, but I'm just feeling the full force apple crisp. And I'm gonna chill on the couch, just hang out. I'm gonna put a little cozy ambiance on. I love doing that. You just search on YouTube cozy ambiance. They have coffee shops, they have libraries. I've actually been doing this in the morning when we're doing like our little morning routine, Connor and I. If you need a reminder to rest, recharge your batteries, let this be it, because I just know when he wakes up, if I don't sit down and chill out, I'm gonna be just really exhausted, burnt out, and I'm not gonna be a great mom. Every time I peel anything, I always think of that Cookie Mama game that you would play on Nintendo DS. It always took forever to peel everything. Some extra apples, so I'm just boiling these for Connor to have so he can have them as a little snack Also, I know I desperately need to clean my stovetop. That's on the never-ending to-do list. I'm also trying to do kind of a new rule for myself during nap time, where if it's something that I can do while this little guy is awake, then I'm gonna wait to do it when he's awake. Like folding laundry, because ideally he would grow up seeing us do chores and then eventually help out. Even now I'm starting to kind of, I don't know, when I'm cooking or baking, I'll try to get him to help somehow. His first birthday's coming up and I think I'm gonna get him one of those towers that toddlers can use. I'm so excited to use that. That was just such a integral part of my childhood, was baking with my mom. And I always think about how it's not the same doing chores, things like that with your child, because a lot of times you do have to slow down. But my mom never ever complained about that or made us feel bad about that. If my mom was baking and I was there, I was helping her. And I really do think that that's a part of the reason why I enjoy a lot of the things that I enjoyed today. And so I want to do that with him too, where he sees us doing chores and we're not just dropping everything to do a baby thing. And trust me, I know it's easier said than done, especially toddlers. You have emotions in the mix, all that. And sometimes I do just want to put in a podcast and get some chores done by myself, and that's fine too. But for the most part, I'm trying to do this more often because I could have just spent all that time doing laundry and not feel rested. Update on the apple crisp, so good. I just had some. I had to pop back in here and let you guys know and finish off this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was such a fun, cozy last couple of days. I actually just called my favorite garden center, which is not Lowe's. It's a local place. It's called Rupel's. They have the most beautiful pumpkin display, but I wanted to see if they had any of their pumpkins yet, and they told me they're getting them tomorrow. So we'll have to start off another vlog and share that. But thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye friends.